Hello, welcome back to the greatest podcast on planet Earth, the Dark Screen Society. How is everybody doing? We got our regular people. My brain is so not working right now. We have me, Gigi, and we also have Chuck. Say hi, Chuck.
Hello, everyone.
Whoa.
Wait, say hi again. You broke up.
Hi, everybody.
That was perfect.
Did it break up again?
No, it just
Okay.
the second you were about to go into this really enthusiastic intro, you just cut.
Yeah.
I lost my steam on that one. How you doing, Seth?
My name is Jeff.
Oh,
I'm doing great, guys. Good morning.
Thanks,
Brian,
Jeff.
how you doing?
I'm excellent. A lot later here than for you guys, but
Dude, I know.
let's go.
It's 8 p.m. in Ireland, people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's your cider?
I'm
Yeah,
on
do you have-
the rum and coke today.
Oh, that's
Rum
good.
and Coke. Ooh,
Feeling
fancy.
tropical.
He's getting lit.
I have my pumpkin cold brew, cold foam or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. It's too fancy. Okay, everybody. I have a question that I did not put on our little outline this week, and it's a surprise question, a little bonus question, because for our listeners, the Dark Screen Society has been going through it individually. We have been going just, life throws curveballs at you. So I had a question for you guys because I love these kinds of questions. They raise your not endorphins, your serotonin. So I want to know one good thing that happened to you this week that made you happy, one thing you're grateful for, whatever it may be. I will go first. Okay, so we can set the stage. One thing that happened to me that I thought was really cool was I made a little mental health post on Instagram, and the director of The Other Side of the Box reached out to me and was just like, "You're so awesome." And I was like, "Oh, you have no idea how much that means to me because I love your content and horror content, and that's really sweet to know that somebody I look up to took the time to message me." So that was something that made me happy. What about you, Brian?
Oh, dang. I'm never happy, you know this. I've actually had quite a good week because obviously, as you guys are aware, girlfriend's over here. Spent a lot of time with the dog, so three of us have all been spending a lot of time together. So yeah, it's actually been pretty good. So
You have a girlfriend?
Oh, cute. I love
That's actually
love.
amazing.
That's
I
wonderful.
know. What about you, Seth?
For me, honestly, just the fact that I get to see you guys and meet some of you in 2 weeks. I think that's my highlight because some of you I haven't met yet. And I mean, Brian's flying all the way from freaking Scotland, and I
Dude.
get to meet Chuck in the flesh finally. And the fact that that's coming up so fast, and we're gonna be in a house with 10 people, I think that just gets me excited and makes me happy.
I'm so freaking excited. Chuck, what about you? What's one
It's
good thing that happened
it's
to
not
you?
it's not even 2 weeks. It's 11 fucking days.
Yeah.
11 days, airplane, Texas, Fantastic Fest, which how can I not be excited about that? It's been a stressful couple weeks, but something good happens to me every single day. Every single day I wake up and I'm just grateful that I breathe air, that my kids have a roof over their head, and that I have the most wonderful internet friends that I'm going to meet in person. So that's what happens to me every day. So I just try to keep a positive perspective.
Cute. Also 11 days, dude. I need to buy clothes. You guys are going to be like, does she ever change? I wear the same thing every day. I don't leave my house. So
It's black jeans and a black shirt.
yeah, I'm like, okay.
I'm
That's
wearing nothing but my friend's merch.
naked?
Yeah, I'm
That's it.
hoping
That's it.
I'm hoping you guys just bring a bunch of your merch so I can wear it because I don't have that many clothes. So
Yeah, Chuck, bring extra shirts so we can buy some.
I'm not. I have a couple, but I'm not. I'm not getting dressed up. I'm bringing a button-down shirt or whatever in case we have some kind of soiree or something to go to.
Sure.
I'm not. I'm just coming as I am. It'll be
I love
fine.
that.
Just come as Chuck.
That's all.
What's one thing that you guys watched this week that you recommend? Chuck, I'm gonna start with you this time.
I watched a lot of stuff this week. The most impressive thing I watched this week, and I already put a video out for it, was Red Rooms. I thought Red Rooms, it blew me away. I thought it was a Sunset Loner Adam, who we're going to see at Fantastic Fest. Shout out to him. He said Yeah, he said that it was Anatomy of a Fall with a serial killer, and that's almost exactly what it was. But I just haven't had a movie in a long time to make me question my own moral integrity because of what they don't tell you, because I really wanted them to, or what they don't show you, because I really wanted them to show me. And the other thing that I watched this week that blew me away is Bibi. That's spelled Bibi. And it is one of the best movies of the year. I'm going to do everything I can to put it out there so people get to see it and give it exposure. And it's one of the greatest depictions of grief, mental health, and trauma I've seen depicted in a very long time. And it's a very powerful film. And in the upcoming weeks, we will speak about it a little bit more. But it's called Bibi. Keep your eyes open. Put it on your calendar because it's a fucking banger.
True. Seth, what'd you watch? You watched hella movies last night.
Yeah, I watched a lot of movies last night. So I finally watched A Quiet Place. Whatever the new one's called. There's too many of them.
Oh, Day One.
Day One.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I thought it was really good. Justice for Frodo. Frodo is literally the cutest cat ever.
Adorable.
And then I watched Rebel Ridge, which is the new Jeremy Saulnier film.
Oh, was it good?
It was
heard it's
awesome.
great.
It's basically like Reacher, but like a movie of Reacher. And
I heard it was like Rambo.
It's like Rambo meets Reacher, and it's fucking awesome. And Walking Tall. I'd say more of Walking Tall too. And then Beetlejuice. I saw Beetlejuice this week, and I actually, I think we spoke about it a little bit, Gigi, but like the beginning of the movie, like it takes 40 minutes to really like get going because there's a lot of different plot threads, and then the ending kind of takes me out of it a little bit. But the like when it finds its footing, I think that movie is like spectacular, and it does such a good job of like bringing you into this like Halloween type world, and like an only way Tim Burton can do it, and I loved it.
Yeah, I had fun with it. I thought it was just like a really good time. Brian, what'd you watch?
I had quite an average week watching, nothing that really stood out. I also watched BB, but I think I need to rewatch it because it didn't hit me as much. I think I missed something, but I'm not sure what. So I will rewatch it. Definitely one of those films I want to rewatch. So it's good enough for a rewatch. Probably the best thing was Seance from 2021, which was directed by Simon Barrett. It's about a group of girls in an all-girls school. They do a seance, pretend there's a ghost coming. A girl thinks she sees a ghost, falls out the window and dies, and then all the girls start getting killed off. So it's kind of a slasher, but is it supernatural?
That sounds good.
Is it a killer? Yeah, like Simon Barrett's always good. So
yeah,
but like 2021, so I think it was a COVID release and nobody watched it, so it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
It's on Shudder.
This name sounds familiar. Like I feel like I saw like a trailer or a poster. I know you like just posted about it, but I don't think I actually watched it. But that sounds really good.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
I also watched Beetlejuice, and I thought that was really fun. Like, do I think it's a perfect movie? No, but I think that if you really like the original Beetlejuice, you'll totally like Beetlejuice. I saw somebody mention that Tim Burton actually didn't rewatch Beetlejuice because he didn't want to make like a replica of Beetlejuice. So he kind of just like dove into the world just from memory and heart, and I thought that was really cool because it doesn't do like any sort of fan service, and I liked that a lot. I also watched BB, and I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. There were times where like I was a little confused and I had to like go back. I literally watched it like 3 times, but the last 2 times I watched it on 2 times speed because I was like, okay, I can't commit to like another 4 hours of watching this, but I want to make sure I got everything.
Right.
And it's so beautiful. Yeah, it was a really good one. I don't think this is like anything. Well, anyway, if you like movies kind of sort of like Incident in a Ghost Land, it's very much like gives you that feel. So I think a lot of people will enjoy that. Yeah, that was about it. Okay, so the bulk of our subject or the bulk of our topic today is home invasion, which is one of my favorite subgenres of horror because I think it's scary because people can literally break into your house and there's no rhyme or reason. Somebody could just be walking by and they're like, I don't know, this house looks break-inable. So It freaks me the hell out. So, I have a question though, because there are different kinds of home invasion. Like when I think home invasion, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody just breaks into your home. But there are definitely different kinds. Like if you really think about it, because there's like supernatural kind, or there's like somebody watching you kind, like home surveillance, home invasion type of stuff. So, what do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer like a realistic home invasion where it's like an actual person, we know it's a human being, or do you prefer that it's like a supernatural, there's like a supernatural element to it?
I have
Seth,
a
I'm gonna
question.
start with you.
Well, I have a
Yeah.
question first before we dig into this.
Yeah.
Does Crawl specify as a home invasion since it takes place in a home the entire movie and there's alligators? I was
And
thinking
the
about that last
alligator
night.
breaks into the home.
And he fucks people up. Okay.
I would count it.
Yeah, like but that's what I'm saying. Like when you really think about it, it's like that's scary because you're in the safety of your home. Like, you
Yep.
know what I mean? Where you're like, this is the place where I feel the safest, but there is a fucking alligator or crocodile, whatever it is, that is attacking me.
I don't know if crawl qualifies, but it fucking rips
It
regardless.
does.
It's so good.
I
It
was
literally
thinking about
rips.
that last night. It does rip. Death roll.
I love crawl. Yeah.
Same. But to answer your question, I like it to be more real because it makes it scarier. Like The Strangers, when that movie came out, was like the scariest fucking movie to me. And the fact that like that shit could happen, I think that's what makes like gravitates me towards this genre because it's like the subgenre, I should say, because it's just so fucking haunting and like it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I like it to be more real because it feels more real.
No, I totally get it. Brian, what about you?
So I'm kind of confused by the supernatural bit. So if the house is already haunted, we're like, well, that's not a home invasion. But if it's like we've done a seance and now there's a ghost that arrived, is that home invasion? Or I'm kind of lost with the supernatural. If it's paranormal activity, it's supernatural horror, home invasion horror.
I get
Yeah.
okay, so the way that I'm thinking about it is like, okay, you know how in Strangers Chapter 1 where they were like kind of realistic. You're like, I didn't see it, but they had a supernatural element to them because they would just appear and reappear. You know what I mean? So like that kind of thing where I guess things like paranormal, well, no, because that would be like haunted house. I'm trying to think of another example that's like, because I feel like there's so many movies like that are like Strangers Chapter 1.
Or like No One Will Save You, the alien invasion one that was
Yes.
on Hulu. Like that's a home invasion, and it's an alien. I consider that a home invasion film.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, exactly. Where there's like this sci-fi supernatural element to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 99% of the time I prefer supernatural over any other kind of horror because that's what scares me the most. So, although I can't think of many supernatural home invasion films, I will always go with supernatural over more realistic.
He's
Okay,
the
that's
ghost with
fair.
the most.
I
Exactly,
know.
I'm scared of ghosts, like it's right in my name.
Do you fear ghosts?
No, not at all. I'm afraid of no
God,
ghosts.
you should name your username that, Brian Fears Ghosts. That'd be super funny.
That'd be
I don't think there's-
Not very catchy.
That's pretty genius.
I don't think there's any ghosts in Ireland, so he doesn't have anything to worry
Are you
about.
joking? There's millions of ghosts in Ireland, mate. There's more
Okay, when
ghosts
I was
than people.
really in Ireland though, I didn't meet a single ghost, and I was really
Same.
disappointed.
See, the thing is, they look human, so you may be dead because everyone in Ireland's so pale, so you don't know if it's a ghost or if it's a person. So
That is so fair. So fair. Chuck, what
I
about
mean,
you?
look.
Do you like realistic or supernatural?
First and foremost, I think home invasion may be my favorite subgenre of. I mean, it's really up there because I love me
Yeah.
some home invasion. And I'll take it any way I can get it, but I want it. I like as realistic as possible. I like
Yeah.
when it's somebody that you have a chance against. B, there's thinking, like sitting in your home after watching a gnarly home invasion movie is scary because it makes you look at your doors or your neighbors differently or just people on the street. Like it's so fucking real and it's scary because there's demented people out there that they look for houses that look break-inable and they break into them and that stuff happens. So yeah, I like the more realistic, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
There's a time and place for it all.
Yeah, I totally agree though. I love realistic home invasion because I don't know if I'm just like psychotic, but let me know if you guys are also psychotic because so many times will I be Brian's like, no, I'm not. I will be in my home and I'll be like, what if I just turned around and there was like somebody standing there with a knife? Like, and I think about that and I'm like, I would be a bazillion times scarier if it was like a large human person versus just like this dark shadow. Because I feel like with a dark shadow, I'd be like, oh, that maybe it'll just dissipate and float away. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, if it was a human being standing there, I don't know why that's like so much more menacing to me. That's so freaking scary. Do you guys
I'm gonna
ever
jump
think
to my see, I'm the other way around. I'm like Paranormal Activity when she's just lying in bed and get pulled out. No idea what's pulled out. There's no dark shadows. There's just
Yeah.
nothing. See, that's much more scary than if I turn and see somebody. I'm like, you know what? I'd probably lose, but I can at least have a fighting chance against something
Yeah.
I can't see. I'm fucked. You can't go anywhere. There's nowhere you can hide from. Nothing.
Right.
True. You can't fuck up a ghost, but you can fuck up a person. I will say
That's true.
it's funny because every time we record a podcast, I am always worried that there's going to be somebody just fucking walking behind, just like breaks in because like I have noise canceling headphones and I can't hear shit. So I'm like, I'm just gonna look in the fucking video here one day and there's just gonna be some dude standing behind me, and then slasher victim 666. He's coming.
Yeah, so you just start scripting this. That's an idea for a movie, right there.
Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome.
I don't. It's like terrifying to me, the thought of it. Home invasion is probably one of my like favorite subgenres, and because I also feel like it's really hard to fuck up too, because it's like
no, they do. There's a lot of fucking terrible home invasion movies. Yeah,
that is true because they do make some dumb fucking decisions, which we'll get into because I have a question about.
Oh, we will. Yes, we will.
What are your guys' top 3 favorite home invasion horror movies? Which we all reconvened before the episode and none of us did our homework. So this is going to be really exciting because we're just going to be naming off movies and then we're going to be like, oh shit, I met this one. I'm gonna start with you, Chuck.
That's a hard fucking question because there's so many good ones. Am I frozen? I'm not frozen.
You're good now.
Let it go. Let it go. Am I first?
Yeah.
I don't really want to be first, but I will go first. This might be the hardest one. This is harder for me than slashers or I would have to go number 1. I think I'm going to have to go Funny Games, the original. I mean, even though Haneke did the second, the remake, I still think the subtitled original goes way harder. And that might be the mother of all home invasion movies. I'm going to have to put You're Next on the list because I think that, Erin is the best final girl that ever existed and people need to put respect on her fucking name.
Respect on it.
Listen, You're Next slaps so fucking hard. I could watch it.
Good.
I could watch it every night. Like I love it so much.
Written by Simon Barrett, who wrote the same movie that I mentioned earlier today.
Yeah, Simon Barrett.
That is correct. So I'm gonna do Funny Game. I'm gonna do Funny Games. You're Next, and then if I'm gonna go off the beaten path to pick something, and it's just a movie that I happen to love with my, it's not really super horror, but I love Panic Room, David Fincher's Panic Room. Like I just love it. Like I don't know why I love it so much. Like I could pick Inside, I could pick Alone in the Dark. I mean, there's so many of them, but for some reason, Hush. Yeah,
Panic Room's fucking incredible.
Panic Room fucking rips, and it's like the Fincher that don't get any love, and I think it's fantastic. I love it, and that's the only thing Jared fucking Leto. Shout out Dan Real Takes. I'm talking about your boyfriend Jared Leto. He's so fucking good in it. You know,
he is.
Yeah,
I totally forgot he was in that movie until I rewatched it like last year, and I was like, he's really good in it.
He's really good in it. Yeah.
Yeah, those are some good ones though.
Me too.
Seth, I'm gonna go with you. What do you think? What are your top 3?
I actually wrote these down this morning because I wanted to like come prepared, unlike some of you guys.
Nice.
I'm kidding. I am a nerd, okay? Look at my closet.
Suck up.
So obviously I got to put Your Next in there. This is all out of order because I can't do with that. But Your Next is there. Black Christmas. I think I watched that for the first time last year, and
the original or the remake?
The original. I haven't seen the remake.
It's 2 remakes, is there not?
The remakes.
Oh yeah, but the 2006. I think that's the year. Yeah, 2006. I love the the
But
2006
I
remake.
think I like the remake better than the original. It goes
Oh, I am
hard.
I am not ashamed to say I love the remake way more than the original.
Mhm.
I need to watch it. Isn't Emojin Pop Poots in it? I think
Emoji
Oh,
and
image.
Poots.
Oh,
Emoji. Yeah.
In 2006,
no,
she would be far too young, I would have thought.
No.
no, but I feel like I know what you're talking about. Where you're thinking Imogen Poots. But no,
Yeah.
it's not Black Christmas.
Okay. I do want to see that one. The remake, and then it's tough because I have Hush or Becky, and I love both of those films.
Oh, Becky.
But I think
forgot
I'm gonna
about
go with
that.
Becky because that one not a lot of people talk about, and I love Becky.
Yeah,
I
those are
was
some
so
good
excited
ones.
to see Kevin James as a baddie because I think he,
I know.
as a,
He
I think he'd
crushed
be
it.
such a good skinhead psychopath. I wanted him to go
Yes.
harder. So yeah, I want more Kevin James psychopath movies.
Yeah,
please.
I agree.
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah,
Although I think he's
he's
retired
awesome.
to go join mixed martial arts now instead, unless that was just a fake rumor on Instagram. He's not
Wait,
acting
what?
anymore. Like Kevin James is like, you know what, age whatever 50 years now, he's like, I'm going to be a martial arts fighter instead.
That's
Good for
amazing.
him.
Yeah.
Brian, what about you? Top 3 favorite home invasion.
Okay, so Don't Breathe is my favorite.
I love Don't Breathe.
Eddie.
Yep.
It's so good. So was that on your list, Gigi?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
It's
Chuck
yours.
took all mine, so
Yeah, so I was trying to pick things that other people haven't chosen. Truck did mention Inside, but I'm going to say Inside because he didn't actually put it in his top 3. And I don't know if this counts, but Parasite.
I love Parasite. I don't know
Oh,
if that's. I'll let it slide. I think yes.
I would, because it's like they literally invade a home. Like it's just a different form of invasion. They take over a home, but I think it
Maybe not
counts.
horror, but I still think it's the best home invasion movie.
It's, I mean, one of the best movies ever made in general.
If
fucking love that movie.
truly.
So good.
fun fact, I
Um,
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why I keep
God.
mentioning it, Chuck. Because I know, Cecil, 'cause I know you've not seen it, so I just mention it anytime I can.
What?
I
It's,
totally
I've
forgot you
been
haven't seen it.
putting it off for some reason. I don't know why. I just keep
So
putting
good.
it off.
So
I know.
good. Oh, you're gonna love it.
I'd
It's
watch
got-
I'd watch the Black Christmas remake before I watched Parasite if you were asking for my recommendation.
Maybe I'll just watch both tonight. So
Honestly, yeah. Well, because Black Christmas is very horror, and it's like early 2000s horror. So there's like,
It just
it's
rips.
crazy. Yeah, I love it. Wait, what did you say, Brian? You said Don't Breathe.
Inside, the French one.
Oh, okay. Inside. You know, I've never actually fully watched Inside. I've only seen half of
It's
it,
good.
and then I know, and then I like paused it to go and do something, and I never went back to it. But
To me, Inside
it's
is what The Strangers wants to be, because Strangers, I think, is the most overrated home invasion movie. Sorry, folks.
well, I think you're overrated, so it's fine.
yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I am correctly rated, I think you'll find.
Inside is a wonderful, wholesome film.
Wholesome
Very
film.
wholesome.
Very.
Yeah, I really need to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that sometime tonight, you know, fit it into my a zillion movies. I feel like my favorite, I'm still gonna go Don't Breathe. I love that movie. That was like, that movie stuck with me for so long because it gave me unbearable anxiety. Like those movies that just give you horrific anxiety, that was one of them. And You're Next, 100%. And maybe I'll go with one that somebody hasn't said. The Collector. I would consider that home invasion.
Oh yeah.
It's 100% home invasion.
Yeah.
Yes. I was
Yeah,
gonna-
I would
Yeah, I was going to mention the Collector as well. That's what I'm saying.
definitely.
It's so hard to choose. There's so
Yeah.
many of them.
Yeah, because then I wanted to say Hush, but I didn't want to say everything that somebody's already said. So yeah, The Collector. That's a freaking great one.
Does Scream count as home invasion because it takes place in people's homes?
No.
No, I would say it's a slasher because it's
It's a
not. It's like
slasher.
it's not. It's like their one home that they
Yeah.
invaded. You know. Yeah, those are some good ones. Okay. Which home invasion movie has the most creative take on the genre?
I love this question.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think this is kind of a hard one. Seth, I'll go with you first.
C for me. I think C for me.
Oh my
is
God,
Looking-
yes.
C for me, rips.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was gonna be on my underrated, but I think that one is such a cool take on it because like the fact that she can't see and she's using this app that like connects to her house that
Mhm.
like walking her through where these people are, that movie fucking is so suspenseful and just so fucking creepy.
So
And I
good.
love it. And I think that is such a unique take on it for sure.
That is so freaking good. I totally forgot about that movie. Oh, banger.
It is.
Chuck, what about you?
See for me is due for a rewatch. If I have to,
Totally.
it's another tough. This is probably the best question we've had on podcast to date.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go with Jordan Peele's Us. I think Jordan Peele's Us take on the doppelganger in another vision of yourself as a home invasion, because it's, you know, not only are you getting threatened in the safest place that you want to be with your family, but it's by a mirror image of yourself, which I think is it's a brilliant fucking film first and foremost, but it's definitely one of the most unique takes on home invasion that's out there.
That's a really good one. I didn't even like really think about that, but it's true. Brian, what about you?
Thanks, Gigi.
You're welcome, Chuck.
Did you sneak this question in just recently? Because I don't remember this being on your worksheet. So I'm going to use my underrated movie, because I was going to go for underrated, but I'm going to go for Borgman, because nobody else has seen that.
Nobody else.
Was that some
even though I won't shut up about it, I mention it every time.
I know this is like the fifth time you've said it on the podcast.
And, like, only person that's watched it is Bobby from Watch Real Flicks, and he recommended it, and still no one else will watch it.
Pat. I don't know if you know Pat Pippy Drippy. He watched it and reviewed it last week. He's a friend of mine on TikTok, and he fucking loved it.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's
so
really good.
I was going to take his.
it?
Yeah, I was going to take his advice and watch Borgman. So
yeah, fuck you, Brian.
I hope you hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what Borgman is like Parasite if it had like supernatural elements.
Oh,
so yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. God, I know I came up with this question, but this is pretty hard. I think I would have to say, I think that No One Will Save You is a really good take on home invasion, because it uses aliens and it doesn't feel like your typical alien movie, because I'm not really a big fan of alien movies, because I don't really care for like spacey type of movies. So the fact that it was like an alien movie that didn't really feel like one, I liked that take on it. And maybe not See for Me, but I See You with the Froggers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one, it's not like the most unique take, but I thought it was
That's the one with Helen Hunt.
What is
Froggers? No.
What is that?
That's I think I See You or something.
Yeah, I See You. Ain't that what she said?
No, See For You.
Oh, See For You.
No, I See You. Is Helen Hunt in it? I
See You
can't remember.
Helen Hunt and a bunch of other people we don't care about.
And it has like the Froggers, the people that wear it, and they wear literal frog masks.
That's correct. Yes.
Have you ever seen I See You? It's like, which I think frogging is so terrifying. Like, it's so scary. The fact that like people could live in your home and you just don't even know that they're there. And I feel like
frogging?
So frogging is like you stay in somebody's home without them realizing that you're there. Yeah. So it's like, it's terrifying. I know. Like, what if somebody lived in your home and you didn't know that?
Well, my attic door was open when I got home the other day. So
that's disgusting. Somebody's probably in there, living in there.
I probably died. It's 120 outside. So
well, okay, that's fair.
Sucks to be them.
I was in my attic the other day getting Halloween decorations out, and I convinced myself that somebody lived up there. Fully convinced myself. So who knows? Maybe they are.
Can I just, if whoever's editing this podcast, I just got jump scared by somebody at my patio door. So if anybody's watching this on YouTube and they just see me suddenly jumping, if you can just edit that out, Gigi.
No, I'm keeping it in there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to rewatch it. Okay, so this is one. Oh, I love asking. We talk about a lot of movies that we love and stuff, but sometimes I just love talking about things that we cannot stand. So what's a home invasion trope that you absolutely cannot stand? And I will go first because it's fresh on my brain, because we mentioned The Strangers Chapter 1. And it's when people literally just stand there and do nothing. That's my like, there's a window around you, there's a fucking phone right next to you, and they're just like, staring blankly at
A
the people chopping.
shotgun,
Yeah, they're just staring like
a
maybe I'll
truck,
just sit here and die. Yeah.
a
And I'm like,
basement full of tools.
nobody would do that. Like I get like fight or flight, but I'm just like, or freeze, like there's like fight, flight, freeze, fawn. But I'm like, come on. There's no way that you'd sit there for a full 5 minutes with a window right next to you and not think to go out the window when somebody is taking the time to chop down your door. It just irritates the hell out of me.
It's
were-
funny. Real quick, it's funny
Yeah.
that Geico commercial where they're like, "Let's go hide behind the chainsaws."
Literally,
I'm
that
like-
was Strangers Chapter 1.
Yeah, literally that I like that movie. I know all of you hated it, but I thought it was fine. But that movie is the definition of that commercial.
Yes. I'm like, I get making dumb decisions when you're like in a panic, but and it's like a horror movie, so you're moving the plot along, but not when it takes somebody 5 minutes to axe down your door and you could have done 75 different things in that time frame.
Yeah.
Chuck, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. Like having resources and not using them, and there's so many different things in home invasion that are irritating. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that you really summed it up in what you said, because it really is like a bubble for so many different things. And like, I can't stop thinking about Strangers Chapter 1 now, because like he had that shotgun to her head for 25 minutes fully loaded, did absolutely nothing. He had a truck, he could have ran him over, did absolutely nothing. And then like, but the one thing that I would pick out, and it happens in a lot of different movies, and it's not just Strangers Chapter 1, but like when they step on something, because that one she stepped on a nail, and there's a bunch of other ones where they're like going up the steps and step on a nail. It's like, oh, they're always going to get like some kind of fucking injury, and then it's going to slow them up. So like that bugs me a little bit, but as long as they get like, they keep the intensity up, I guess I'm okay with it. But I would have to say that Home Invasion has the least amount of tropes in the horror genre.
That's so fair. Yeah. Or when they like step on a nail and then like suddenly they just can't.
I took Seth's.
They can't run or walk or talk or do anything.
I'm going to go 3 for 3 on your next one too.
I know. The fuck.
Okay, well, since we stole, do you have one, Seth?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Well, I do want to go back to the point about the shotgun, because every fucking movie, why don't they just pull the trigger? If some dude broke into my house and is trying to kill me.
If you original Strangers, and then I accidentally shot Dennis from
yeah, that also, like,
which was amazing.
Let's have some gun control here,
Yeah.
people. Stepping on glass is definitely an obnoxious one for me. But why do they always go back into the house? If they're free, just fucking run away.
Oh, no.
That's mine.
Literally.
Yeah,
literally.
Like, just, you're out. What do you need to go back in the house for? Fuck your friend. Get your ass out of there.
That's right. I agree.
We better not have a home invader when we're in Fantastic Fest, because fucking Seth is going to be like, fuck these people. Bye. Bye. Miss you guys.
Okay, bye.
Brian, what about you?
As Truck says, I don't think there's like a really common trope. Like there's, other than the ones that are in a horror, like, oh, my phone doesn't work now, and it's just like, why? Like everybody's mobile phone. You can, like, I don't know about over there, but I'm pretty sure you can still phone 911 even when you've got no signal.
Yes.
Unless you're very remote. So it's like, come on, like, break the phones or something. Don't just say, oh, no signal, can't phone. So that's like a horror trope all in, but I guess it encompasses home invasion as well, because it's annoying.
I thought about kind of like a follow-up to what you said, Seth, when they go back into the home, but I think it's funny, and this isn't like that irritating, because it's just like your mind is zooming probably when somebody's in your home, but when they run up to the second floor, and I'm like, why would you do that? Now you're trapped. Like now you can't run to the front door or something. Like they run past the front door and upstairs, and I'm like, what the hell?
Or they hide under the bed. Like, what are you doing under the bed?
But I mean, all of these, they don't bother me that much, except for the not doing anything. That is so irritating.
Listen, the reason I'm leaving you all is because I'd be the first to go in a home invasion if we're all in the house. So like I'm booking it. My chances of survival aren't great.
Okay, so one of my favorite freaking questions, or one of our favorite questions to ask on the pod, is what is a lesser known home invasion horror movie that you'd like to recommend? Chuck, I'm gonna start with you, because I'm sure you have some freaking weird ones that nobody in this planet Earth has heard of.
I don't think I'm gonna
French extreme film.
I could definitely give you that. I don't think I'm gonna take that route. We're gonna go to Spain.
Nice.
I have two. One, everybody that loves home invasion films should see Kidnapped. Kidnapped is a very excessively dark and hopeless home invasion film about a family that has no idea why these people come in. We know as the viewer, but they don't know. And it's fucking brutal. And the ending is up there with The Mist and Eden Lake as one of the most hopelessly depressing endings in the history of any kind of movies. And then the other one, and you may laugh at me and we're going to get flack in comments for this, but I will die on this hill. But there's a movie called Don't Hang Up, and it's one of my favorite home invasions where these prankster kids, they're like real dickheads, and they get this phone call and then they tell them to do all these things. But it is a home invasion film. It probably has like a 3.8 on IMDb or something. And
I think it's got decent scores on the fives.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Like it has
2.2.
Is that what it is?
2.2 on Letterboxd.
Listen, it has a wicked twist. You never see it coming, and like what they did with the ending left me so satisfied. And I don't know, like I even like researched some of the actors. Like I thought like one of them did some horrible shit that it got all these bad, because it's not a bad movie. Like I fucking love that movie. Love it.
I feel like I've seen the cover of this, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
That one and another one came out right at the same time. The other one is Keep Watching, where they leave the cameras into people's house and then they get like the little video clips of them walking around the house like on the balloons and shit. And that one's good. That one rips too. Yeah.
Okay, those are some good ones. I didn't know that Kidnapped was a home invasion, to be honest. I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it takes all place in their house. Yeah, and it's rough. Be warned if anybody watches it, because it's not a fucking pleasant movie, but it rips.
Oh my god, now I'm scared. Brian, what about you? Besides Borgman.
Well, you used Borgman already, so again, I'll probably just pick one I don't think anyone else has seen because he can't call me on it. Dream Home, a Japanese, I think.
Dream Home fucking rips.
Would you say that's home invasion?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's about the girl that's like, yeah, they're losing their like housing facility or whatever.
Well, yeah, she's like, she's told she can move into this apartment, and then she's like, actually, you can't because someone else is either bid more or they want more money, and she's like, I can't afford that. So she goes into the apartment building and starts killing everyone else in all the other apartments to try and bring the price down. And it is so gory. Like the kills in it are fucking amazing.
It's like Train to Busan in an apartment.
Yeah, like
the cover
subtitles.
Oh, I know. The cover rips, dude. Like it's just blood like on the cover.
It's really, really good. Like it's like non-stop action pretty much from once you get
going. And it has a really deep point to it too, because her parents got like their neighborhood got like gentrified and they lost their home. Like so there's like a real social economic reason why she's doing what she's doing. So it has like a deep meaning to it too. Not to piggyback off, but it's a fucking great movie.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the piggyback.
All right, Borgman and Dream Home.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Nice double feature.
Yeah. Seth, what about you?
So I have two. The first one is The Rental, which is directed by Dave Franco. His wife Allison Bree's in it.
Yeah.
And you'll never want to rent an Airbnb again after you watch that movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I think it's on Netflix now. It's awesome. And then the other one I think is underrated as fuck. Is When a Stranger Calls, the remake, because I watched the original.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, and I think When a Stranger Calls remake, I think that movie is a lot of fun and it slaps. So those are my two.
It gets so much hate, dude. Like
I don't understand it.
I love that movie, and it's such a good rainy day movie because it's like storming throughout the whole movie. But dude, it's so funny because I rewatched it like about a year ago, like near Halloween. And I was like, man, I freaking forgot how much I love this movie. And I went to go like rate it on Letterboxd. Everyone's like, this movie is shit. I was like, oh.
Like, we must have seen a different movie because I loved it.
I know. I was like, this movie is so good. What are you talking about? And it's so early 2000s.
Yeah.
One movie that I absolutely love that I know that other people don't like is a movie called Within. And I remember watching it during COVID. It didn't come out in 2020, but it came out, I can't even remember, maybe like mid 2000s. Yeah, 2016. And it's got such bad reviews. It's got like a 2.2.
I'm looking it up.
I love this movie. When I first watched Within, there's a scene in this movie that I like nearly shit my pants because they make the intruder look very creepy, and it kind of has to do with like frogging type of stuff. It also just scares me because like there are genuine like true crime cases like this where it's like people are just living in their home. But yeah, it has a very similar cover to Intruders, which I've never actually seen Intruders or Shut In,
Oh,
whatever you call the
it's
movie.
got Erin Moriarty in it. It
Who?
looks like Erin, the girl who's in
From the
Oh,
boys.
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
from The
yes,
Boys.
her. Yeah.
Yes, her.
Yes, her.
I have a quick question, real quick. Does the
Yeah.
blackening count as a home invasion? Because that would be another underrated one, if it does.
I would say no, because technically the person is part of the group, although he invites
Yeah, well,
himself in.
spoilers. Kidding.
Like it's pretty. If you've ever seen a horror movie before, I think who the killer is quite obvious.
Oh yeah, and if you've seen The
Yeah.
Blackening, I mean, you know, like
Sure.
from the
Yeah.
second the movie
Okay.
starts, you're like, it's that guy.
Yep. I have another question. So this is one for
yeah.
Chuck. You know, Chuck, one of the movies you reviewed back in the day was like 5150 something. It was a French movie. Is that a home invasion movie?
5150?
5150 Elms Way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that a home invasion or is that?
Not really, because he voluntarily goes into that man's house to play a game of chess.
Okay.
I love that they use 5150. That
Yeah,
is like,
it's good.
that's really, which I don't know if you know what that means here in America. A 5150 is like when you are placed under like what do you call it?
Like home arrest?
No, not home arrest. When you like are unwell, like mentally unwell, when you have to be like,
Oh,
oh
like
my
on a
God.
watch?
Yeah, like on a watch, like, oh, you're like, oh, I was like 5150. I've never been, but I'm just saying, what's it called? Here you go. It allows for the involuntary detention of an adult experiencing a mental health crisis. That's what it is.
Mhm.
So, yes, if you ever have to like call it in, that's what it's called, the 5150.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Just in case. I think it's only in California though. Okay, those are freaking perfect. Oh, wait, I have one more question. Are there any home invasion movies coming out later this year?
That's a good question.
When is Strangers Chapter 2 out?
Oh, okay, yeah. So home invasions that have come out this year. Let me see. Strangers Chapter 1 came out. Oh yeah, does Strangers Chapter 2 come out?
The one that I
don't think
yeah,
they
go
probably
ahead.
pushed it.
No, they put
Oh, yeah.
Strangers Chapter 2 might not even happen.
Oh, it will. They already paid. It's already done and everything.
Yeah, it's already done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's good, but I doubt it. The one I've been trying to get, like working real hard to get it, and I can't get it from anybody, and it does not have a release date yet, but it's called Invader. And it's about a young woman arrives in Chicago suburbs and begins to suspect that something terrible has happened to her missing cousin, but soon realized that her greatest fears don't even begin to scratch the surface. And it's been on a couple festival circuits. Like it's like 70 minutes long, and every single review that has come out about this movie says it's literally like just non-fucking stop. Like just, so it's like really, really,
Yeah, I saw that they did a limited release only at Alamo Drafthouse theaters, and I
Oh.
was so annoyed because it's been on my watch list, but and it was only like back in March that they did it for maybe like a week.
yeah.
And other than that, they really, I mean, they have shown it at a festival. Like it was at Fright Fest. Did you watch it, Brian? Invader? You must
It's
not
not
have if
ringing.
you didn't.
It's not ringing. But well,
They
Chuck's
wouldn't-
got a Free Fest as well.
They wouldn't send it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot.
Me and Justin both tried to get it, and they wouldn't send it because we were in the United States.
Oh, boo.
Damn, they
But
hate
yeah,
us.
yeah, that one looks pretty
it
good.
gets at least 3 stars from me already because you had me at 70 minutes. I'm like, you know what? 3 stars. I don't.
Perfect.
You can only get 4 or 5 from here. So
Yeah.
Sting came out this year. That's a home invasion. It's literally a space spider in an apartment complex. Okay.
Oh, yeah, a creature feature. You really love the creature feature home invasion.
I do. They're cheesy. They're fun. Never Let Go's about to be a giant snake in a home. I mean,
I don't think that there was any Other home invasion, yeah, like Strangers Chapter 1. I don't really know if this counts as a home invasion, but I know Last Straw is coming out at the end of the month, and that's not necessarily like a home invasion because she's at her place of work. She's at a diner, but it's like a diner invasion because they are stalking her outside of her diner, and that looks kind of good.
Did you see it, Gigi?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
Oh, what
Didn't
about Low Life?
Justin seen it?
Wait, what'd you say, Seth?
Low Lives.
Low Lives. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a home invasion.
Yeah, because they like plan to kill people.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I would view Parasite, where it's like it's not a home invasion in the way that you think it is. It's more so they like take over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those
Sorry,
are
Chuck.
yeah.
I'll buy that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy because they do show up at that people's home, and then
Yeah.
like I'll buy that.
yeah.
Low
But
Life's
other than-
fucking rips.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's so freaking good. So good. But I don't think that there's any
No, I just looked on the list. I don't see anything. Just that Invader, and there's not many other ones that really followed
Yeah.
up that I've
Yeah.
seen. And I usually try to stay on top of that. Even like my little sicko Argentinian French films, I can't find nothing. So
I'm sure there's another Frog film either just came out or is coming out, and I've seen it, but I don't know if it's new or if I just watched it this year. It was garbage, but
it was garbage.
it's a frogging movie?
I come up with Frog, and it's it's not called Frog, and it's something else where you go into somebody's house, but instead of just living in there, like you move things in their house. So
Oh
a
my
squatter?
god.
fall asleep at night.
No, I know exactly what you're talking
Did
about.
we watch
I
it?
know. It came out at festivals. It hasn't come out yet. I totally know what you're talking about.
What was it called?
Ghost Game.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
my God,
fucking
yeah.
terrible.
Oh,
I
yeah, Thank
know.
you. That's like my brain's just like, no, don't just forget it. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, which is so unfortunate because the cast is so nice. I love the writer. But it's just not a good movie whatsoever, unfortunately. So
Ain't it?
it was a swing and a miss on that one. But you know what? I'll still
Mhm.
watch anything else that they put out. But yeah, it's a frogging movie.
Thank you.
I think that's it though. I think that's all of them. All right. Any last words, fellas?
There's also that new Neon movie coming out called Presence that has Lucy Liu in it. And it's like a psychological home invasion type kind of thing where they live in a house. It's a Neon film.
What?
But it's a family that moves into a new house and realizes that they're not alone. It looks good too. They've had very, very little.
Yes.
It may have even got pushed to 2025. I'm not sure, but I know that it exists, and I think it may fall under home invasion.
You had me at
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
I
Yeah,
love
and Julia
Lucy
Fox
Liu,
is
yeah.
in
and,
it.
and Julia Fox, yeah.
Oh, you had me
Yes.
at
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
I actually don't know. I heard like an update on this not that long ago. Maybe it was just like when the poster came out or something like that. But I actually don't know when the release date is. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be coming out in 2025, beginning of 2025.
Is Heretic considered a home invasion since the Mormons kind of like work their way into his house?
No, I don't think so because he's
Yeah,
the
she's a
bad
crazy
guy.
person.
Yeah, so it's,
I was making a distasteful joke.
well, you know what?
And on that note,
Yeah, and that's our episode. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks everybody for tuning in on our home invasion episode.
Mm.
What the
what was
hell?
that?
And listen, no, I was so happy about home invasion, and I'm so excited for our episode next week because when we
Oh,
record
yes.
next week, we're going to be talking about everything Fantastic Fest and what we're excited about because we're literally recording 3 days before we all get on airplanes, meet
Oh my
in person
God.
in Austin, Texas for Fantastic Fest. And when we get to Fantastic Fest, please pay attention to the pod and all of our social media because the Dark Screen Society has a whopping fucking announcement and we cannot wait to share it with all of our audience.
Yes, I'm very excited. I feel like the next time they'll see the podcast episode, it'll be different, right?
It'll be
I don't
different.
know.
Maybe.
A little different.
Maybe. a little different. It'll look a little different.
Chuck's gonna
but
personally deliver himself in every home that listens to our podcast because he loves
exactly.
home invasion. So, Chuck, come into a home near you.
And if you want to contribute to our Ko-fi, we'll shout you out and we may message you and tell you our secret. But please support your local favorite, greatest horror podcast on the internet.
Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, rate, subscribe, share, do all the good things. But we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you have a good week, and we will see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.